Now, although, I personally felt the song was a great record, it didn't perform too well on the charts, as one may have hoped. So, with the way the music industry is now, do you think real R&B can still be successful?
Real R&B would definitely be successful. You got to look at greats like Michael Jackson and Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder and Donny Hathaway, even Etta James, are still thriving. And like, look how Beyonce revived Etta James at last in the Cadillac Records movie. Like, now all the youngsters, you know what I mean? Because I'm a movie buff and I'm a music head because I do music, of course. So I knew about Etta James when I was a little boy. You know what I mean? I knew about different people who's 26 years old, my age or even younger, don't know. But she brought Etta James to the forefront. Now people know who Etta James is. So R&B was once popular music. R&B was once pop music. And it's gonna. And my thing is to bring it back and make it pop music again, which is only popular music. R&B will continue. Will definitely find its place back amongst the elite genres. Only difference is what we have to do is, to be honest, we have to stop dumbing ourselves down because the great artists that I just named, the one key thing two key things they were doing, but one in particular, they were giving us great songs, great melodies, great songs. Yeah, but what if they were doing? They were singing. They were singing like it was no tomorrow. They were singing like, this is gonna be the last song I sing. So I'm gonna sing this song like I'm gonna lose my voice in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna sing this song and let the world know I mean every last lyric. And that's what we fell in love with. Even the new age, they legends now, or they kind of old school now, but they still new age, like the Joes and the R. Kellys and even the Genuines, the Gerald Levert, you know what I'm saying, the Keith Sweats, the Johnny Gill, those guys sang songs. You know what I mean? And that's what I grew up listening to, and that's what my mom and all of us on the phone grew up listening to. And we was like, oh, that boy singing. I love this song. Even if you hated the song, you're like, dang, that boy singing. That's what R&B is all about. It's about giving your soul to music. But if it's all about sex records here, club here, that's not R&B. That's not what R&B was. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not what it is. And it will go back to being that once everybody say, look, we got to research and go back to our roots. If you forget your roots, you forget your foundation. You forget who you are and what you are. So once you forget those, and you, what I mean, if you remember those, then you find out what your foundation is, and you know who you are and what you are. So it would definitely be successful, and I'm aiming to make sure that it's back to the forefront of music.
Okay, now, with the way technology is now, we're seeing a lot of songs being leaked. You've been a victim of having a lot of your songs leaked, so as a new artist, does that kind of give you exposure in a way? Do you look at it like that? And, talk to us about it from the perspective of Atozzio, the songwriter.
Well, I'm saying this. Recently, I've had, Jesus Christ, I had like 3 or 4, maybe 5 records, new records leak in a week. One is a song called It Feels Like featuring Young Jock. Second is a record called which was originally intended to make this particular album, but it's going to make the imprint too. And a couple other records. But people are gravitating to these records. And one of the records, the first one I named was the Young Jock one. It's a pop. It's kind of like a pop feel, you know what I mean? Because I originally wrote it for Estelle, you know what I mean? And it's in a pop vein, and it's fun, and it reminds you of American Boy just a little bit. But people are gravitating to these records, through my Twitter, whenever somebody says my name, it'll come to me. So I don't have to, you know what I mean? So who's ever talking about me in the world, I'm going to see it because, the way I got my Twitter set up. And people are talking about this record. They love this record. It's they tweeting it, and then I'm finding out blogs. I'm going to different blogs, and they're talking about the record and how dope the record is, and and even with how the deal came about, it's because of the leaked records. As I spoke in earlier, it's all because of the leaked records. Yeah, we hate it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes certain artists or artists themselves, period, feel like, oh man, the world's heard. This songwriter, whatever that songwriter name is, they've heard their version, so I don't want to do that record. Me as an artist, and when other writers come and write for me and they version leak, it don't really matter. The reason why, for me as an artist, I'm saying go back to the R&B statement. I'm saying the crap out of that, like it's no tomorrow. So that doesn't bother me, but it helps the record, because if I'm an artist, which I am, I keep forgetting because I'm a writer too, right? So as an artist, if a song leaks and it's and it starts blowing up, as a businessman and as an artist and as a songwriter, I'm gonna say I want that record. I don't care who's saying it. I want it because I see that the world is gravitating to it. All it needs is a bigger platform. And if I'm that platform and I got millions and millions of fans and followers, I'm gonna do the record because it's only gonna make the record bigger. You know what I mean? So I think it helps. I definitely think it helps. It hurts from the perspective as a songwriter. You know what I mean? Because once again, as I spoke, some artists might not want to take it. Some artists might be like, I don't leak, I don't want it no more. People don't heard it because when I do my album, I want it to be exclusive. So when people hear my album, they've heard none of the songs they've ever heard. So if your song is leaked, people can feel like I've already heard that. But once again, not necessarily, because they've heard Atozzio's version. They haven't heard Chris Brown's version. You know what I mean? So they want to see what Chris Brown's version sounds like. And Chris Brown has hundreds of millions of more fans than Atozzio does. So why not do the record? You know what I mean? Because if they already loving the record, just continue to, you know what I'm saying, make the record just that much bigger. And if it's your record, it's going to make you just that much bigger. So I think leaking is one of those conversations where you have to you have to agree to disagree with certain people, because some people may say, I don't like it. Some people may say, I actually love it. Me, myself, I'm on the fence with it. I wish some of these records had not leaked, because, you know what I mean, for my second album, I can't necessarily, because they coming from me, and I'm an artist now. So it's like, yeah, I hate it. But if it's a demo of a song that somebody has, you know what I mean, and they're not trying to be a songwriter, they're not trying to be an artist, it's not a big issue, because it's only going to put you out. And if you are, put you out there, and if me as an artist, if I get around to hear the record because the record is big, I'm going to take it. And if you are a songwriter that's trying to be an artist, i.e. myself, it's only going to make you become a bigger artist, because more people are going to be in tune with your stuff, and they're going to want to hear more from you. And which is all, in retrospect, goes back to, once again, how I got my opportunity as being an artist to even have an album released in Japan right now. You know what I mean? It's because of leaked records. So, you know what I mean? I just say whatever's meant for me, going to be for me. That's just my way, that's my spirituality. So, I love it. I don't hate it. Well, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm just, if it makes me big, so be it. Keep leaking. You know what I mean? As long as the world love them, and as long as I'm keeping good comments, people saying, I love this record. But when they start saying, this is trash, then maybe I might have a problem.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool.
Okay. Those are all the questions that I had prepared for you. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
Man, I just want to send a shout out to Japan for all of the love and support, having the number 2 album in the country for the last 3.5 weeks. That is such a blessing. I don't look at versus the U.S., the U.K., all the same to me. Every opportunity is a blessing. I definitely got to send the love and shout out to my team, PS Media Talent, just for being so gracious to do what they've already done. You guys, I just want to send out a shout out to y'all organization and everything y'all doing. Whenever you need something from Atozzio, I'm part of it. I'm welcoming to it. Let me know what it is, and if I can do it, it's definitely done. And the last, in closing, the last but not least, people who read this blog and this interview to know, like, never, ever, ever get detoured by anything that may seem as though it's so out of reach, it's so unattainable, because anything is attainable. I always lead with this, and I know everybody doesn't believe and have the same beliefs as I have, but it's just for me, my personal belief is a scripture from the Bible, James 4:10. Humble yourself before the Lord, He'll lift you up. So just keep that in mind, and whatever your beliefs are, and whatever you believe in, just look to that higher power, and continue to do what you're doing, because everything is going to eventually work itself out. Believe in yourself. You are your own worst critic. You know what I mean? But believe in yourself. Nobody can do what you do. There's only one you. So just with time, everything has a time and season. So I mean, just keep working at it, and eventually, if you're trying to be an artist, trying to be a songwriter, producer, a blogger, a writer, just believe in it, and eventually you'll get the opportunity, you'll get the shot.